I also had a question for you as well. This is the one thing, one of a few things, I guess, that in the early days of watching you play, you taught me sort of inadvertently not to play over people. You know,
Yeah.
maybe hold back if you're playing with another guitarist who's doing one thing, find something else that fits, or actually just leave some space. And yeah, what's your thoughts on jamming and leaving space musically, and what's your thoughts on that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's really important to listen to what's going on around you and then find your place in that.
Hmm.
Too many people are very self-absorbed in what they're playing. Now, if you're playing in a band, it's a group thing. I liken it to if you listen to
Hang on, it's
yeah,
not just about the guitar.
no, it's not just about the guitar, mate, at all. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I remember when I was working years ago in Mount Gambier, we used to have a big Saturday night show up there, and one of the songs, to me, the guitar just didn't fit, so I just didn't used to play it. And the guy that was running the band and paying me wanted to cut me some money because he goes,
Oh,
"You're
what?
playing." I said, "It doesn't fit."
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
said, "But
Wow.
guitarists always want to play." I said, "Well, not if it doesn't work."
No, so there's sometimes where, like, what I love doing if I'm playing with another guitar player is if, say, it's a slow blues, and they break it down, it's nice and quiet, and there's another guitar player about to do a solo. I generally won't play for the first 12 or 24 bars.
Yeah,
On rhythm, I'll just leave that out, and when you come back in, all of a sudden it starts going places. It's
yeah.
I think it's a great thing for the ear to not hear everything all of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Music is about space as much as anything, and everyone talks about this, and everyone talks about listening, but very few players do it.
hmm
And particularly in jam situations, because a lot of those situations, the guys are a bit more inexperienced. But even with players who've been playing a long time, and there's some really great players who I won't mention, they just leave no space whatsoever, and,
yeah,
and they're shocking. Um,
yeah, yeah.
a mate of mine who will mention who doesn't do this is a guy called Bob Spenser, and
hmm
Bob's known for playing in bands like the Angels and sort of heavy stuff, and he'll play loud, but he'll also leave space, which I think is fantastic because a lot of the sort of louder, harder rock players don't do that.
Yeah,
But
no,
he does. He does it really well. I play with him back on. We haven't played together for quite a while now, but we used to jam a bit back 5 6 years ago, maybe a bit longer, and that was always impressed me that the way he would sort of build up to a level, then just drop out, or drop back and then give you space because the old saying, it's sort of your turn to shine or whatever, or time to shine, and you should let that person, your whole thing that you're doing. If you're playing with a singer, your whole point of being is to make that singer better,
hmm
not for you to show off.
no, that's it.
It's really not. And if you're doing a blues jam and it's your solo, then it's your turn to go for it.
Hmm.
But it just depends on the situation you're in. They're always different. Um, I've got one tonight that I do, which is like a more recovery sort of thing, and it's about entertainment more than anything.
Yep.
So a couple of times I'll take a bit of guitar stuff and that, but it's more about just keeping the groove going and making sure that the singer is really out there and doing his job and comfortable with it.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to being professional as well. Like also having some self control, and it's kind of it's hard for some players to be in a situation where they can either they have to stop playing or they have to play specific parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good lesson in self control to be in that sort of situation, I guess, as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And like we've all got egos, mate. We all like to feel like we're wanted and all that sort of stuff. But sometimes it's just better to just to back off, and the people that know will know what you're doing, and they'll appreciate it as well.
Yeah, I did a gig recently with Laura Clark as a singer, and we did some old soul covers and sort of popular soul tunes, all that kind of stuff, a few blues tunes, and it was actually really cool learning tunes and just sort of kicking back and playing,
Yeah,
and not having to be the like ripping up guitar solo after guitar solo, and
yeah,
it was actually really cool, and people really dug it. Like we did it after my 3-piece blues set, and yeah, it was actually kind of nice to be in a situation like that, and sort of be part of something greater than just busting out blues guitar solos. I mean, I love doing that, so don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But Yeah, there's
That's
a time
fun,
and a
isn't
place for
it?
everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's fun doing that stuff.
Yeah,
But the song, to me, actually, songs are like things I love the most. People say, "Well, who's your favorite guitar player?" And I can't really name anyone particularly, but
yeah.
but I particularly just like songs. I've always liked songs. You know,
Hmm.
what
Sure.
I consider good songs. What some people consider them, probably they don't. But but it's more about people again will say it's about the song, and I really believe in that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's funny because even though I'm primarily a blues guitarist, the stuff that I listen to doesn't have a lot of. I mean, I listen to a lot of blues guitar music and have over the years, but some of my favorite stuff is like Sam and Dave. Like I could listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
great stuff like that. Like you got me onto John Hyatt years ago,
yeah,
who I
fantastic.
absolutely love. And I mean, he's great at everything that he does as well. That guy.
Yeah,
But yeah, absolutely. And I've even noticed that some of the pros, like Robert Cray, those guys have sort of gone away from the big guitar fest and just like Robert Cray's just doing a whole lot of great tunes. Like they're
yeah,
really good
he is.
songs.
Yeah,
They got
he
the
is.
guitar in there, but it's not the focus of it as much anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I like a lot of the what they call Americana, which is kind of it's kind of on the edge of country music, a bit of soul and blues, a bit all mixed up.
Yep.
People like Rodney Crowell, who's just a great songwriter. With one of the things I do, we do a lot of his songs. That just turns out because they're all just great songs, we just end up doing a few more of them. So, really fantastic words, good melodies, good stories. Yeah, and I love doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.